yo, yo, yeah. Yo. I got goons in your tenement. I got goons in your tenement.
Yo, you know what it is, man. The Kid Cortez. Episode 3, Full Court Press. And the things that I want to address with the Full Court Press is I want to always touch on the subjects and the topics that everyone is talking about, but they might be confused about. This week has just been crazy. First off, Summer Madness is this weekend. The King of the Dot Grand Prix with their debut on Twitch is this weekend. It's a lot going on in battle rap this weekend. A lot of positive stuff that are going on in battle rap this weekend. And I feel like amongst all this positivity, the one thing that stands out has been a controversy with ownership, residuals, where the culture is going, and how can the battlers benefit more financially? How can they, make more and gain more stability, not in the culture, but financially off the culture? And the same thing will go for the leagues, if you ask me. My friend, Hollow the Dawn, he had some interesting comments this week. He expressed some frustrations about him not being able to get what he wants for a battle. Granted, he's allowed that. Hollow's been in the culture for years. He's a staple. He's an icon. He's a legend. He deserves whatever he wants. He posted a contract. Now, this is where it really gets funny, because he posted a contract, said $52K. He said it was so that he didn't battle on RBE. Then he retracted the statement, and what he said was basically that he just got paid extra money to battle Mook on URL, which is okay. It's a bidding war. A lot of people don't understand that, but leagues will bid for your battle. It happens a lot. It happens often. It doesn't mean that one league is wrong or the other league is wrong. This is competition and this is business. We are in a competitive sport. So if URL and RBE are fighting over a battle, it happens, Not taking any away from any league. It's just a matter of, okay, cool. If URL paid them that much extra, fine. But it raises a bigger issue here. And the bigger issue here is not only about the leagues having extra money to do something like that, but also, was that what really went down? $52,000, while certain battlers aren't getting nowhere near that. Well, not certain battlers. 95% of the culture is not getting nowhere near that. And then it being dressed up as, we deserve more, let's band together. Hollow, you're my friend. I got mad love for you, bro. We got history inside of battle rap, outside of battle rap. But I don't feel like your motive for this topic is genuine. Case in point, I seen you post when somebody DM'd you and said, hey, if you were to get your money, would you be saying all this? Let's band together. Let's stick together like battlers. Would you be doing that? And my answer for that is no. I seen you say the same thing, like you got to be a better leader. And these are the things I want to point out, because people like myself, Math, Misfit, 3 Letterman, Angry Fan, like these conversations, Hitman, Av, Briz, these conversations have been had for years. For years. I said back in 2014 that battle rappers need a union. Now, what people don't understand is this, right? From URL's inception, King of the Dot's inception, battle rap has taken a huge leap to the point where now it's its own demographic and it's its own avenue to create revenue within the industry, whether it's music, entertainment. I don't know where you want to categorize it at, but it's like a vehicle stuck right in the middle of the road from entertainment and music. So how do we treat this? It's growing, and there are certain things that accumulate value. What accumulates value is your catalog. Battle rappers, when I say catalog, understand this. Me, Cortez, I have a catalog on URL because I have multiple battles, million view battles, top tier battles, mid tier battles, whatever it is. I have an extensive catalog. On King of the Dot, another major league in the world, I have an extensive catalog. And then I have maybe 50 plus battles from just battles in random leagues all over the world. Now, think about this. If King of the Dot, URL, they own all that content. So 20 years from now, there might be a streaming revenue. There might be a streaming service. There might be some type of outlet where that catalog can be sold, right? Like, think about it like this. Martin still does reruns to this day from the 90s. So if I was an actor on the Martin show, I would have never known or even fathomed Netflix, the inception of the internet and how things work, streaming services, Hulu, none of that. But these guys are granted residuals for those type of things in the future. We don't know what the future holds with battle rap because it's still a growing culture. So if I have an extensive catalog on King of the Dot, an extensive catalog on URL, then that can be sold along with everything. Like URL could sell their whole library, all, I don't know, thousands of battles that they have. You understand? And if they do that, then it's like, okay, where are my residuals? Because now my content that I produced 20 years ago that I only got paid one time off of, where does that go? Where does that money go? How do I get some of that percentage? How do I eat off that? You have to understand these things are not taken into account because battle rap is still in its infant stages. Like real talk, especially business wise. So when battle rappers are fighting for these things, I'm all for it. This is why I said back in 2014, we need a union. We need some type of medium that can make both parties happy. Now, people will sit there and might say, oh, somebody was tweeting me and they was like, Cortez, you have 80 plus battles, but you only average 250 something thousand. Yeah, I average 250 something thousand because you have 50 something battles that are off major leagues that don't get those type of views. So even if I have 10 battles at 1 million, but I have 20 at 150, 200,000, then yeah, the numbers are going to fluctuate. It doesn't change my value though. And you should never let a medium like YouTube determine what your value is. If you guys knew what $1 million battle generated, you would understand that $1 million is nothing. 1 million views, $1 million views is nothing. It's never going to get any of us rich. 1 million views. That does nothing for the league. It does nothing for the battlers. It gives you exposure. That's it. But you can't let something like that determine your value. Now, if we was to do that with the battlers where you determine, well, Cortez, you only average this amount of views. So this is what you're entitled to. I can agree with that. If the leagues agreed to that, but the leagues don't agree to that. You know why? Because they've implemented pay-per-views that brings more value and more revenue. They've implemented now their own apps. They've implemented now caffeine, Twitch. You understand these are bigger avenues, more lucrative avenues, and these things open up a wider lane in how your content can be marketed and your content can be profited off of. Now, if that is the league saying that, like, yo, this Tay-Rock versus Hollow the Dawn battle is worth so much more than what YouTube has given us for these views, then that's the reason and that's the inspiration behind them saying, fuck YouTube. We not dropping nothing on YouTube no more because we feel like this content that we have is more money. So we're going to do our own app, $7.99 a month, and make our money like that from now on. They cut the middleman out. If the leagues are cutting the middleman out, then that already tells you that the value of our content is already more. And they understand that. So with these deals, yes, there's going to be more money coming in. There's going to be more opportunities coming in. But also with that comes demand. When you're a battle rapper and they put your face at the top of the flyer and they're selling a pay-per-view, then you know where your demand is. But when you got battles for free on Caffeine every Saturday at 4 p.m., it doesn't matter what you bring in anymore, because Jada Nightwing is being marketed more than you right now. These new guys, this tournament, the Ultimate Madness 2 tournament, they're getting more shine and they're building their own platform and their own resume and their own catalog. So they're gonna get the same amount. Why? Because the leagues don't have to worry about that no more. We're going to get our check regardless. It doesn't matter about a crowd. It doesn't matter about the pay-per-view sales. It doesn't matter. So now the battlers are at a point where they're going to sit there and say, damn, okay, how do I increase my value? Because no matter what, they're going to cut that check every Saturday at 4 p.m. It's not about using my name to generate sales no more. We helped build the house, but the house is built already. There's going to be more things. So these battle rappers now, what you have to do is you have to handle your things correctly. You should have lawyers involved. You should have all these things in place when you're negotiating in business, because it's not a friendship no more. Another thing, $52,000 for a battle. You didn't read the whole contract. Don't let that be misleading. That's probably, and I don't know, but I see multiple contracts with those type of figures. And it's entitling multiple battles. Y'all know me, I just signed or I just finished my 5 battle contract with URL that everyone was talking about, and the whole situation with me and 40 Cal and all that, right? So that was a 5 battle contract. That 5 battle contract was 5 figures. So if I showed you a contract that had 5 figures up there, you're going to sit there and say, Cortez got that for 1 battle? No, I got that for 5 battles. You understand? I'm not in the same position as Hollow. I'm not saying it was 5 battles, but it could have been 2 battles. It could have been 3 battles. It wasn't necessarily just 1 battle. They might have just said, yo, we want the Mook battle. We're going to lock you in for that, and let's lock you in for 1 more too. That's what negotiation is. You know, it's like a player option. Like, hey, we're going to sign you for 2 seasons with the option for the 3rd. But we're going to give you this upfront money. That's business. You can't just go by what you see. You have to know exactly what's going on, you know. Not to knock Hollow for that, but Hollow put in $52,000. I just want y'all to know that doesn't necessarily mean that's for 1 battle. That could be for multiple battles. That's all I'm saying. It could have been for his 2-on-2 with Lux. It could have been him and Mook and a volume battle for all you know. I don't know. You know, it could have been that. And that's $52,000. All right, cool. Anyway, just wanted to break this down to y'all. Do I feel like battle rap is getting to the point where dudes need to understand their business and their leverage? And your leverage is when you're hottest, and probably start entering these negotiations now with lawyers and stuff. Yes. Do I feel like the leagues are wrong? No, I don't feel like the leagues are wrong, because they also eliminated the middlemen. So now that the battlers are realizing that, we're going to want to understand what the cuts are too. You know, we're going to want some residuals, or we're going to want something that's going to be very lucrative or very appealing to us in order to do these big battles. And I feel like it'll help the culture grow more and more and more. You know, I'm just saying from my personal experience, it's not like URL, which is who I've done business with this year, are being cheap. I'm being honest with y'all, they're not. You know, they understand that we know that the budget is more open. It's just going to be more reasonable. Now, I want you guys to understand something. When we call for unions, when we call for change, when we call for a sit down, all that shit fell on deaf ears before, because dudes was getting their money and being secretive about the money that they was getting with their mans. Oh, yeah, I got this little 20-piece, 30-piece, but I ain't going to put him on how I got that. I'm going to just let him fight for his. I was calling for this, and I'm not getting that type of bread. So my motive was genuine. You understand? My motive wasn't because I'm not getting what I want. My motive was I just want to see everybody around me comfortable. There's plenty of times that I've gone to events and been in hotels and see other battle rappers and see them doing bad. There's been times where I was pop. I just realized, I can't allow myself to be like that no more. And a lot of them are. And then, that starts other things where dudes might go back into the streets, and waste his talent, or dudes start getting on drugs and other stuff, and the things that they get involved with. I don't want to see that with certain guys with their talent. And that's why I called for it. That's why when I battled Ice in the 3rd round, I called for it. Yo, y'all cool with Drake, King of the Dot? Let's try to work some things out. I called that in the 3rd round with Ice. Y'all cool with Drake. Try to get something with Apple or something. What does Drake do? He does something for URL with caffeine. I called it. But dudes was quiet because they was eating. I don't know. Motive. What's your motive behind this? If your motive is to help the culture and help push the culture forward, I can fuck with that. If your motive ain't for that, then it's all for the wrong reasons. I know me personally, what I've called out for, what Math has been called out for, what we all been pushing for is ownership, and you got to build your own platform to see what your worth is. DNA versus Drugs is on DNA's YouTube channel. Math versus Method Man is on Math's YouTube channel. They put battles in their own hands on their own channel and to see what it would generate. That's not top 10 money that they're going to live off of. You understand? That's not top 10 money that they're going to live off of for those battles. Even though they all deserve top 10 money for those battles. It doesn't equate. But you're not going to let YouTube determine the value of Math versus Method Man. You're not going to let YouTube determine the value of DNA versus Drugs. You're not. You're not going to let YouTube determine the value of Hitman Holla versus Cortez 10 years later. You're not. You understand? We got to find new avenues. And there's other things that people need to really, really start breaking down. And one thing I want to touch on is ad revenue. Figure out how to get your ads. Figure out how to get your sponsorship. I was watching Joe Budden's podcast. Shout out to Joe. And he really, really broke that down. Like, with Spotify, I need to know who's in the ad department. I need to know who these things are. You bringing these ads in for us? I can go get my own ads and break it down within my team. I like that. Battlers, you can do that too. Find a sponsorship. Bill Collector said he found Al Capone cigarillos. Bill Collector should have secured that bag and went and said, you know what? From now on, I need $20K for this battle. I brung this guy in. Boom, he's going to sponsor my battles exclusively, Smack. So, yeah, Smack, you want me and Hitman? ARP, you want me and Hitman? All right, cool. Boom, I got Al Capone cigarillos. He's going to hold it down. He's going to do some sponsorships for it. And at the same time, Bill Collector becomes a bigger brand. He gets the battles that he wants. He doesn't have to take small league battles. Keep his brand at a certain level and eat and do what he does. Battle rappers, you can't expect the leagues all the time to just give you the money. Work on sponsorships. Work on getting ads. Work on these things and learn how these things do. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trying to figure out. I see that. All right, cool. How do I get these ads? How do I get this? How do I do this? If you have a battle that's sold already, take, for instance, me and Surf. Me and Surf is a big grudge match. No matter what you say, no matter how many losses, wins, it doesn't matter. If Cortez and Sue Surf walk into the ring, you're going to watch it. That's a battle sold. You get the right sponsorship. You get the right ads behind it. We'll have tons of money to make off the battle. That's all. Open your minds. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out how to market yourself. Get some ads. Figure out how that goes. And really don't depend on the leagues for that. Now, if you want to negotiate your content previously, then do that. Get lawyers involved. Figure out some things and do that. But it's really about the motive. Are you doing it for the culture? Or are you doing it so that you can get what you want? I'm out.